let's go insert name FC.
What is up, everybody? My name is Hector Flores, host of the Insert Name FC podcast, a member of the Belly of Sports Media Network. You can find us on all things podcasting, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fix from. You will find us there. Amongst other things, man, obviously check out Belly Up Sports YouTube channel. That's where you can find the full video version of this episode is over there. So an update. So I did say 3 more episodes, but honestly, this is it. This is the last episode for the season. So Edward's here. We're going to talk about the Champions League final, and then recap the Power 5 leagues and just talk about the season just in general as a whole. And actually, it was a fun recording, honestly, with me and Edward. So I really liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But yeah, so there's that. And then, like I said, we're not going to do a World Cup episode anymore just because there's a lot of time constraints. I'm going to Reno, Nevada this weekend, so it's going to be tight. It's like really tight on time, so I just don't really want to try to rush it out when the World Cup is literally, we're days away from the World Cup. So, but if you guys want World Cup coverage, of course, check out Belly of Sports. Belly of Sports will be doing a World Cup Super Show. I will be very much a part of it, so you will still be able to find me over there at Belly Up's YouTube channel. So subscribe to Belly Up Sports YouTube. You guys are seeing all the nation breakdowns that we've been doing. My part is done. Kelsey's now taking over and finishing off the rest of the teams. So make sure you guys go out there, check it, give us some love as well. And also check us out on social media, Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, at Insert Name FC. You'll find us post regularly on those things, and especially with the World Cup coming up, we'll be doing a lot of content, a lot of posting. So make sure you guys are in the alert on that one. But yeah, so this episode, like I said, Champions League final. Congratulations to PSG for going back to back in the Champions League, Power 5 leagues. So Liga, Bundesliga, Serie, La Liga, and the Premier League, kind of talk about how their season gone, who's going to the Champions League, who's going to Europa League, who's the champion, all those stuff we'll be talking about in that over there and it's me and Edward. And then, because I feel bad that we're not really doing a World Cup preview, we will do a World Cup preview in this episode as well. So, just for you guys, it won't be very in depth. We'll try. I'll try. It's gonna be just me, but I'll try to be as informative as I can be, and then make my predictions. Me and Edward kind of did our top 5 teams. Obviously, it was impromptu, so my top 5 may be different from the top 5 I gave when me and Edward were talking. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there, man. So, with all that being said, man, let's take a break and then go right into the Champions League final with me and Edward.
Looking for sports coverage with attitude? Welcome to Belly Up Sports, where the takes are bold, the jokes are reckless, and no topic is off limits. From articles that'll make you rethink your fandom to podcasts that sound like your group chat during a playoff game, Belly Up Sports delivers the sports content you actually want. So ditch the bland and head to bellyupsports.com and follow Belly Up Sports on all socials. Belly Up Sports, we're not just a network, we're the voice of the fans.
All right, guys, it's the last episode of the season of 2025-2026. And, of course, we got to end this with Edward. So, Edward's here, and we're going to talk a lot of footy. Lots and lots of footy. So, we'll start things off with the first one. Just rip off the Band-Aid already, but I don't know if it's like a really bad Band-Aid. It's like if I'm ripping it off, but I have like alcohol to like make sure it doesn't really take too much of my hair. It's not going to take my hair, but it's going to take a little, it's not going to be as painful, right, Edward?
Yep.
But yeah,
hair on your chest.
Hair on your chest. So congratulations to PSG for winning back-to-back Champions League titles. And I mean, before we talk about this Champions League final, Edward, dude, PSG is solid. We talked about this last year when they won the Champions League. Like, this team is set for life. Luis Enrique is a phenomenal coach. I think as long as he's there, the coach. That's what PSG has been missing for so many years. It's just a culture. And Luis Enrique brought that culture. The guy had the balls to tell Mbappe that he ain't him. And that all just in general makes me wish he would go to Real Madrid and not the other guy that's going to Real Madrid. But yeah, PSG, and then on top of that, bro, this team had like the fewest amount of rest.
Yep.
The
Oh,
fewest
that's right. That's right. They did. They
they
had like what? Like 1 week less than everybody else, or two? What?
essentially you win the Champions League, you go right into the United States to play in the FIFA Club World Cup. You make it to the final, didn't win it, but we're now finding out that's not really a good thing to win. And so, yeah, like and now they're here. Yeah, it was a slow start for PSG. You know, obviously Dembele, I believe, did get have some injuries during at least early on, but they won Liga as expected. I don't think they won the Coupe de France, but I mean back-to-back Champions League titles. It's one of the hardest things you can do in all of
I think
football.
Real Madrid was the last team to do that with
Yep.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema.
Yeah, and that was like an elite team. And that's
Yeah,
like and that was like pouring
that's
money.
saying something. Yeah,
They poured
that's
money
saying
into
something.
that. And I think PSG learned from their mistakes. You know, you don't have to go get all the expensive players in the world. I think at the end of the day, when you have a culture, it's gonna fix things up. Because I mean, when you talk about that Real Madrid team that you're mentioning, you know, Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, and Cristiano Ronaldo, amongst
Just
other stars that are on that team,
dude, just Christian Modric. It was Modric, um,
Casemiro,
Tony Cruz, Casemiro,
Sergio Ramos,
Sergio Ramos,
Rafael Varane, Danny
Carvajal, Varane. Who's that?
Mendy.
Marcelo. Oh, Mendy,
Oh, no,
Mendy.
no,
Marcel.
it was Marcelo.
Mm,
It was
hmm
Marcelo, and then
hmm
of course, actually at that time it was Keylor Navas. But
Keylor Navas, dude. Oh, dude, he's still doing so good in Pumas. Totally off target.
I mean, I think he's the reason why Pumas was. I mean, the La Liga was it was rough watching Pumas because they just kept
Yeah,
winning because of the stupid aggregate rule that they have. But like,
yeah,
and obviously they didn't win. Shout out to Cruz Azul, by the way, for winning.
yeah.
Also, God, man, it sucks seeing Coco Carrasquilla down like that, man. That shit hurt me. But anyways, but yeah, PSG on top once again, and you know they showed that you could do it. They could do it in multiple ways of winning, right? They beat the brakes out of Inter Milan last year. I mean, it was literally the meme of the kid crying like, "Stop, stop, he's already dead." Like that's how bad it was. I mean, still, Edward, remember we saw Desiree Doué become the second youngest goal scorer in Champions League final history, only for at the end of the game for another player to become the second youngest goal scorer in the Champions League final history. So the wounds kept going there if you were Inter Milan, but here you are, and it's like also the same kind of argument, right? It was the best attacking team in PSG versus the best defense in the Champions League in Arsenal. Arsenal, by the way, who came into the final undefeated. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so all these things for Arsenal, obviously, you know, broke the 22-year drought of winning the Premier League.
hmm
Uh, and yes, I get it. People don't like the way Arsenal is doing it, right? It's boring football, super defensive, you know, park the bus, whatever you
It's
want to
it's
call it.
it's. Look, I'm gonna put it this way. It's possession, and the one thing about that game that really gave me that was the fact that it was a tactically sound game because it was like nothing but tactics. It wasn't anything about dirty. Literally, the ref would if something so-called dirty happened, it was like, yeah, he would call it, but he was like, okay, keep playing, and then they would just keep playing. Like if they're like, oh, if something if there was like body to body or whatever, it's like okay, that he was just letting it go. And then they didn't get upset either. It's like no tempers, and that's what made it like flare up even more. If anything, the tempers were coming from the fans, not even the team, not even the players. The players were maintaining themselves very composed. Like I'll be honest, like the one about Saka, like that foul that Saka did, um, that was legit just that was just a misstep in my opinion.
Hmm.
If he was trying to step away quicker or if he was actually trying to stop at the same time, I don't know. I feel like he was trying to reach the ball and he felt that he's gonna at least step on it, and that's why he stepped that way. But of course, they tough poke the ball, they do it tough poke the ball away, and then yeah, with do it speed. I mean, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, I think in those times also those can also be viewed as like a smart foul. If you're just not going to be able to beat the guy, take the foul, get a yellow card, maybe just slow the game down for like just for a little bit, give yourself some time to breathe for a little bit because I don't know. I don't know. When I saw the soccer foul, I don't know if it was a tactical foul, obviously, but yeah, it was
No,
just it's hard. Desiree Doué is
so
a very
yeah,
tricky player to deal with.
yeah.
I
It's
mean,
like he changes direction so quick, dude. So it's like doesn't matter if he was poking it
honestly,
straight or if he was poking it to the right, left, whatever.
on top of that, the Arsenal defense. I mean, you had to deal with not just do it, but then you have Kelly on the other side, who is also
Oh, dude, and
massive
that's
problem, massive problem.
dude.
That guy.
He's a problem anywhere he goes. Like that's the thing. So if he wins your back, it's over. The dude
Mhm.
has touch, skill, speed. Like for somebody of his caliber, I didn't expect to see speed like that. Like that's the thing.
Mhm.
Like I felt like Dewey is a lot quicker, but
Mhm.
then when he was popping up, and then he was also hustling, dude. Like he was hustling hard. I was like, damn. I was like,
That was
this.
him the entire Champions League, by the way.
Yeah, that was him. That was him. Like that's crazy, dude. I was like, you know what? Like I hate to be that guy, but I would want him on one of my teams, maybe Manchester United. Hoping that it might boost or something up, man. Because dog, that work rate, the way that he was hustling, like, and the dribbles, of course, like that's his bread and butter. Like his dribbles and his ankle breakers. Like that's the thing. It's like that's what he gave him space to do what he did in the Champions League. Like it's crazy, dude.
No, yeah,
Um,
it's a honestly, it's just PSG's hard. They're like probably they're right now to me the most complete team.
well,
And
and here's
I
the
don't
thing,
think
though.
I don't even know if they have like a weak spot. Maybe it's their defense, but even then, like that's a solid back line.
So my thing is they are missing a number 9.
Yeah, and even despite that, they're still
Yeah,
productive.
and they're
So
still they're still producing. Like that's the thing. It's like what's going on is you got Dewey, you got Kvaratskhelia actually coming in from the mid. You got Fabian Ruiz. You got Jao is it Jao Mendes? Jao Nunes?
Jao Neves.
Jao Neves. No, Jao Neves. He's coming in to the middle too. I'm like,
There's
bro,
a
like
I think that like what PSG has done, and obviously this is no more the days of going in to get Neymar and Messi. The reason why things didn't necessarily work is I think it's just too many egos. But I think what PSG has done now, it's more of also guys understanding their role.
yeah,
Vitinha knows his role, knows what he needs to do in certain scenarios. Dembele knows he talk about the ultimate sacrifice, right?
bro, that dude there.
He's gonna be and on top of that, it's crazy to think that a few years ago I thought this guy would be the next big name for Portugal and Gonzalo Ramos. I mean, he's still a good player. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but like because dude, the guy's coming off the bench, but he's being effective when he comes off the bench as well.
Yep.
You get tired because you're getting outran by Ousmane Dembele, even at the age that he's at this point.
Hmm.
But you're getting outworked by Dembele only to get a scrappy Gonzalo Ramos comes in, and now you have to deal with him. So yeah, no, the thing was, and I think once again, it's props to Luis Enrique to get this team to have this certain identity, having guys that like are playing not only for they're playing for the team, they're playing for each other, and it really shows how PSG. And I mean, and honestly, I feel like they were in a scenario where they're like, well, this is different because this was like a defense that was just not giving them anything.
Yep.
They were a problem throughout. I mean, it took a very I don't want to say careless penalty. I don't think that there was anything Mosquera could have done in that moment. I think that you have to at least try to get the ball out of Kvaratskhelia. But yeah, it led to a penalty. Obviously, Dembele, I don't know. Were you listening to the Spanish or the English?
I was listening to the English.
Okay, so because they wouldn't shut the fuck up. Sorry for cussing. They wouldn't shut up about how many missed penalties PSG has had. So like, and then
Oh yeah, that's what they were talking. Then
yeah,
the next thing you know,
they spent
they
like a
synced
good.
it was no, yeah, like literally like Dembele who's had
I think they
two
only
penalty
made four.
shots, only made this many out of this many, and then this many out of this many, and I was just
They
like, bro,
they
I was
were even
like,
saying Vitinha should take the penalty because I guess he was like the best penalty kick taker for PSG. I guess
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, but like no, but I mean, give it to your guy. It's Dembele, man. He's the Ballon d'Or winner for a reason. Um, One of those rare, maybe everyone kind of. Well, actually, maybe some people might still believe Lamine Yamal should have been the Ballon d'Or winner.
nah,
But I don't think anybody disagreed with Dembele. I think he had like a fantastic year last year. This year, I don't know. I really have no idea who's going to win the Ballon d'Or. But can't wait to see that list of nominees. But I would imagine a lot of Barcelona, a lot of Arsenal, and a lot of PSG is going to be on that short list. But
I mean, Real Madrid,
there should not be a single one in Real Madrid. Mbappe only because he won the stupid Pichichi. But at this point, I kind of don't care about that stupid trophy. It's like,
well, we still got the World Cup, so.
Oh man, and then everyone knows I lost my shit about when at El Clasico when Vinny did the 1-5 to the Barcelona. Oh wait, dude, you fucking lost. Sorry for cousin Kelsey, you lost. Like, what are we doing? You're going like 2 years in a row, no trophies. This isn't about Real Madrid. I was just like, sometimes I just want to. It's like I can't. This team frustrates me. They really do, but. Anyways, back to this game. but yeah, no, I think PSG, they win. Everyone was like, oh, well, everyone said Inter Milan had the best defense last year, and look how they destroyed them. I appreciate the fact that this game went the distance because you showed that PSG was not going to give up anything besides the Kai Havertz goal. That was just like a mishap. I guess they were just still trying to get ready, and it was like, what the heck? I mean, the good thing was that it happened early in the game.
Yeah,
for at least for PSG's perspective, because it's still early, you could still regroup and get back into it. And I mean, they had majority of the possession of the game. They had like 70% of possession.
Dude, yeah, they did.
So I mean, but that's what Arsenal wants them to do, right? Arsenal doesn't play. They don't need to have the ball, and honestly, it's probably best they don't have the ball for a long time. So like. I think that it was like both teams were doing what they were supposed to be doing. PSG was going to push. They were going to go for the attack. Arsenal was going to stay locked down, and they did a good job defensively. The only thing is like they had to capitalize on their opportunities when they did have it because props to Pacho. Props to, Lucas, is it Theo Hernandez? I think it's Theo Hernandez. I always get confused between the two brothers. But like, props to that back line. I mean, even the goalkeeper who got hit in the back of his head, instead of, which is kind of funny. This guy wasn't even supposed to be the starting goalkeeper for PSG to start the season. It was supposed to be Lucas Chevalier. And he was supposed to be the replacement for Donnarumma. And, I think he got hurt. I think that was the big issue, the thing that happened with him. But you bring in this kid, this other dude, what's his name? I feel bad for not saying his name. Stefanov. But yeah,
Stefan. Yeah.
Tough dude, man. Tough as nails, dude. I liked him. I respected him. Also, I respect the fact that there's still goalkeepers that have long hair. So, because that's a disaster waiting to happen. But,
this dude.
If you don't tie your hair up right, that could be bad. But yeah, no, I think PSG did a solid job. Arsenal did. Both teams played well. Like you said, it was a great game. I think if you're not emotionally invested in this game by any means, I think that you sat there and you watched two teams play in their style and playing it right. And you said, like, I mean, Arsenal got the good conduct award, and I don't think that's what it's called, but the good, because they didn't have during this year in the Premier League, they didn't have a single red card. I forgot what was their. They didn't get a red card. They didn't get a single red card this season in the Premier League. So they play very clean. But yeah, it went to penalties. Maybe some people may feel differently about Gabriel being the last penalty kick taker for Arsenal, but like, I don't know. I don't think it was a bad idea. And the reason why I say that is because Gabriel's been there.
He's been there before, but
no, I mean,
also,
like, he's been here from the start of this Arsenal project.
No, yeah.
So, like, why not let him try to finish out, what?
I think it also, so with Gabriel, and that's what I was telling. I was like, I'm not, like, even if I was, I'll be honest, bro. Look, this is besides the point, but I was going for PSG because of Luis Enrique.
I don't blame you. I mean, you literally got a PSG jersey last year.
Yeah, but also because I feel like Arsenal's fans, not you, not the people that I talk to.
I'm not a okay. So because people keep telling me I'm an Arsenal fan, I like Arsenal. I do have Arsenal jerseys. I do, like, if I have but I wouldn't say I'm like a gooner. Also, that means something completely different now these days.
Yep.
But like, I like Arsenal. Kind of similar to how Edward likes Liverpool. Like,
Yep.
though I don't ever see Edward really buying a Liverpool jersey, unless it was like a Nino Torres jersey. But like,
Yeah.
I and here's the rule of thumb, and Edward knows this. If Arsenal beats Real Madrid in the Champions League, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yep.
As a matter of
Yes.
fact, I was pissed off. I was pissed off that Real Madrid lost to Arsenal in the last year in the Champions League. So like, Real Madrid trumps everybody. Like, at the end of the day, that's I am a Madrista.
Fan base, yeah.
That is my team. That is my club. That is who I rock with. I like watching Arsenal. I like the things that Mikel Arteta, and honestly, Mikel Arteta had so much pressure going into the season, because if he didn't win a single thing, this dude would have gotten fired. I honestly do feel confident in saying that, because like, it was like it's either the whole get off the pot thing kind of going on for Mikel Arteta. He wins the Prem. He gets it back into the Champions League final. Mind you, this team hasn't been in the final since 2006. So
Since Henry, basically.
yeah. I mean, and that was a good Arsenal team, by the way. But yeah, and they had to go up against Barcelona, and we all know how that ended. But
Ronaldinho's Barcelona.
Yeah, this was pre-Messi. So, or maybe Messi was there. He just wasn't the guy.
He wasn't the guy at the time.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Props to Arsenal. They put up a good fight. I don't think this is. I think the people that are making fun of Arsenal for having as we're recording this, Arsenal just did their parade for the Premier League. For people making fun of Arsenal for doing the parade after they just lost the Champions League final, shut the fuck up. Like, I mean, like, they still had a great year. Did anybody expect Arsenal to be in the Champions League final, let alone be the only team that was almost undefeated in the Champions League? I don't think anybody. If you had that, go get a lottery ticket right now, because I wasn't seeing this coming from them. I didn't think that they were going to be almost perfect. I didn't think as far as Champions League. And then, I mean, there was times, especially after that Man City loss, that it felt. You know what I mean, right, Edward? It felt like Arsenal was going to go back to doing what they do best, and that's bottling. But they didn't. They didn't. They finally beat those demons, and they won the Premier League, which is great for them. I think this would have just been the cherry on top, because honestly, PSG and Edward probably would have felt the same way if it was Bayern or PSG. Both of those teams were honestly the two best teams in the Champions League. No offense to Arsenal, who went undefeated, but it is a tough watch with Arsenal. I don't want to take that away, but it is like, you barely beat Leverkusen. Sporting was rough to watch. But yeah, like, I mean, even Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Even that matchup, it was hard. It was not easy to watch those matches, just because it's nothing against Arsenal. Like, at the end of the day, if it works, it works. Like, for instance, if someone's doing a math equation, I don't care of how stupid looking their process to solve the problem. They still solve the problem. There's nothing I can do. It works. Whatever works for them. If Arsenal's identity is going to be kicking, and I honestly thought it would have been hilarious if especially because in the final minutes they got 3 corner kick opportunities, right? I think it was.
Oh, dude, yes. I'll be honest. I was like, dude, I was so pissed. I was like, if Arsenal scores off of this corner kick, I was like, that's gonna be the dumbest thing ever.
But the most spot on thing at the same time. I was like, oh my god, if they score off a corner, the joke, just the fact that Arsenal has now become set piece FC, because obviously everyone despises the coach that has been helping them do these setups for corner kicks. It would have just been just the icing on top of this season for Arsenal. But once again, props to PSG. They did such a good job, man. I mean, they deserve to be back-to-back champions. Obviously, they're going to be eyeing that three-peat. No, I'm never going to say the phrase defending champions, because I think it's stupid. But, PSG, man, they are becoming the team of this, at least of this era right now. And once again, that goes back to just what PSG has done now with their player acquisitions. And on top of that, it's just, once again, it's Luis Enrique. And now if you're Mbappe right now, you're just like, maybe it is me. Because
dude, that's 2 Champions League in a row. that they
Two.
won without him, and they didn't. And that's the thing.
And his biggest claim to fame right now is beating Pachuca in the FIFA International Cup.
No, but not even that. But the sense of like they beat. They beat. Basically, they got last year's Champions League without Mbappe, but they did it with like the up and comers. They did it with like new players that they did buy, which
they also won a treble, by the way, that year.
Oh yes, the French League, Champions League, and what was the other thing?
Coupe de France.
Coupe de France. So I mean, that's the thing. Like, and then this year they won Champions League and they won the league. So, I mean, they're ahead of the league, right?
Yeah, they won. They won the Premier League.
Yeah, Premier League.
I mean, they won Ligue 1.
Okay, I was like, wait, am I?
Yeah, no, they won Ligue 1.
Yeah, so my thing is like, and they did not major restructure this year. They just basically, okay, well, we got to work this little thing here and there.
You lost Donnarumma, which clearly that was just a great business. Business, right?
That great business move, man. Literally. Because, dude, I don't know what it was. I thought Donnarumma was like super hyped up. Where was he? In AC Milan, right?
He is hyped up. I mean, AC Milan hates him because, obviously he left for PSG for the money.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why he left PSG, to be honest, man. He was in a great situation. Manchester City confused the fuck out of me this season. Sorry for cousin Kelsey. It was like super confusing because like you go get Trafford and then you bring in Donnarumma and you're still trying to figure out what to do with Ederson. You send him to Turkey. But like, I don't know, man. That was weird. Everything about that was weird. I don't know why Donnarumma felt like he needed to go to Man City because they already signed Trafford.
Yeah.
And Trafford's supposed to be like the next big thing for England as far as goalkeepers go. I mean, literally, his last name is he's in the wrong Manchester, by the way. He's on the wrong. He's on
Manchester United is just gonna buy him just for the name,
Bro, there has to he has to have some sort of connection to Trafford. Like the fact that the stadium, but yeah, no, I thought that was kind of ironic. But anyways, yeah. So PSG, they didn't lose a lot. If anything, but they still stayed the course. And, I mean, a few injuries here and there, but they were still a very team. This was probably like a very quiet Ligue 1 victory because normally this team wins it by kind of similar to Bayern Munich back in the day, right? They'll win it by April. Mm-hmm. So a little different this year, but still, doing what they were expected to do, which is win Ligue 1. But on top of that, dude, to repeat Champions League on top of just
that's a big major move right there.
With a little amount of time. I don't think Real Madrid could do this. I didn't think they could do this, to be honest. Like, let alone just being back in the final. They had to go against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
That was like, to me, that was the chance. No offense to Arsenal. But that was like, at least in everybody's eyes, right? Because when you saw the semifinals, you had Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, and PSG Bayern. Everyone felt like that should have been the Champions League final. Because, once again, I felt that those were two, undeniably to me, were the two best teams in the Champions League, especially going into the knockout rounds. Once again, no offense to Arsenal. It's just it is not the easiest thing to watch when you watch Arsenal play, especially if you're just not a guy that's into defensive football. So, and I like defensive football, and even for me, it was a hard watch. So, yeah, but yeah, so PSG they not only have not, and on top of that, obviously they're the only claim to fame for Ligue 1 is that Marseille also has won the Champions League. Now they can shove it up their asses. Now, sorry for cousin Kelsey, because now they have 2 Champions League trophies, and Marseille only has 1, which I believe was like very back in the day when they won that one. So, and
what was it like? What was it like? FIFA 98, FIFA 97.
I don't even remember. But anyways, and I know, because the reason why I know is because Musa's already flexing that. Shout out to Musa, by the way. Love you, Musa. played in PSG's academy. But yeah, no, like this is, I mean, honestly, it was a great performance for PSG. Great performance for both teams, man. I don't think anybody should be, I mean, if someone's going to find a way to talk shit about Arsenal, let's be honest. Sorry for Kelsey. But according to them, football has won because Arsenal did not win the Champions League. So, Edward, do you feel that football has won?
Look, okay. Let me put it this way. Like I said, I would have been happy if they would have won. And the thing is, the players deserve it, dude. The players, they deserve it. It's just, I feel like the fans were just like, dude, they had just won the league.
Yeah,
And they were already talking about that Mikel Arteta was already better than Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, that was insane.
Then there's no Carlo Ancelotti, there's no Jose Mourinho, and I'm like, bro, what? And then it's like and they're saying if he wins the Champions League, he's gonna go down as the greatest manager. And then well, who were they talking about? I think Declan Rice. I think they were talking about Declan Rice.
They're probably like not that long ago were like Arteta out too, by the way.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like then that's what I'm saying. Like they were talking about like, oh, you know what? Like what was it? That he was like that. The thing is, it was like a radio station. I'm like, are you a wanker or what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean Arsenal would be? This would be the squad that would beat all the squads, the best squad in the world ever. They're like even better. And I was just like, bro, what is this guy smoking? What is this guy talking about?
I gotta say, there's a true beauty in the delusion of Arsenal supporters. It's very mind-boggling. Like, you think Real Madrid fans are very obnoxious? Like, it's nowhere near the level of an Arsenal supporter. And I think, honestly, man, it's almost like
it's sad, dude. I was like, what is this guy saying?
And this kind of goes, and this is kind of what goes back to me with Arsenal, because of like one of the things why everyone loved when Arsenal was a banter club was because it was just hilarious watching Arsenal fan TV melt down the way they always melted down. Obviously, the fan reactions after every match of them, like, you know, telling that it's time for players to go. It's time, you know, how many times have we seen like Troops lose his shit, sorry for cousin Kelsey, over, you know, not being able to getting eliminated by Sporting in the Europa League. You know, watching them like constantly not believe in Mikel Arteta, and then they're finally winning. Now they love Arteta. So like, it's always been like, there's just something beautiful about Arsenal fans that it's like there's no other fan base, at least in the world perspective, that you cannot compare to as far as the level of delusion that they have. Maybe like, you know, L3 fans, but I think they've now more come down to earth now. So I don't really put them in that category. But, you know, obviously that one guy that still believes if it wasn't for that Arjen Robben penalty, they would have won the World Cup. That's still that level.
That's illusion. That's illusion right there.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I think there is something that, like, that's the reason why mostly people didn't want to see Arsenal win anything this year, was because of the fact that, like, you were just not going to hear it. You're not going to hear the end of it from Arsenal fans till the end of next season, if Arsenal doesn't win anything. So yeah, it's interesting situation. Obviously, I've been amongst Arsenal fans. You know, there's a bar. Well, I guess not so much for me anymore now that I'm not necessarily living in Houston, but you know, they're a feisty bunch, man. I'll give them that. But no, yeah, I definitely get it. But I mean, Edward, I mean, what would you rather deal with, an obnoxious Arsenal supporter or an obnoxious Real Madrid supporter?
Obnoxious Real Madrid supporter.
Oh, wow. All right.
Because dude, trust me, Real Madrid, the fans didn't even go to the lengths of saying that.
I mean, they're booing Mbappe every time he touches the ball. So.
Well, no, they're not saying that Mbappe. Well, even if Mbappe was performance, they're not going to say that Mbappe is like better than Ronaldo, better than Messi, and that he's going to be the best player in the whole world of time or whatever. Whatever they said about, I think it was Gaiokas or Declan Rice, and I was just like, bro, what is this dude smoking for him to say that? Like, he's like Messi is going to be forgotten, and I was like, bro, really? I was like, do you have any idea that his sons, there's 3 of them, and they're also all playing, and there's actually one that's coming up, and he's been showing up. Like, he's been breaking ankles. I was like, so
dude, even the
you got Ronaldo,
even the little one is.
You got Thiago Messi, who was the Mateo, and then you got Ciro Messi. So then you got all 3 of them, and then the little one, even in his age group, it's like, you know, natural talent. Yeah. And then you got Cristiano Ronaldo's son, I'm like, bro, like you got all these up and coming players from
Dude,
players that we watch
I
play from
I
the beginning
mean
to the end.
Thiago Silva's kid is already in the youth system of England.
Hmm.
Um, well, who else? I mean, Marcelo's son.
Marcelo's son, yeah.
I believe now he's playing for Spain's youth system. So yeah,
Hmm.
no, yeah. I'm not
So
gonna
I
quote.
mean,
I'm not gonna quote skills, but just be ready.
yeah.
When Mbappe lands, just be ready. He was like, no, not.
But yeah, when I heard
I
that interview, that's when I was just like, what is this guy smoking?
I think it goes back to the phrase of like when someone says "act like you've been there," and let's be honest, Arsenal has not been there for 22 years. So it's like they're finally they're finally in like a good place, and it's not like you. I mean, you can say something, but right now they have the bragging rights, right? Like the guy, like I said once again, like the guys on Arsenal fan TV, Ty. You want to talk about like a highlight reel of delusion? Ty is like the best example of it. Especially when he was trying to say that when he was like affirmative that like Real Madrid is not a bigger club than Arsenal. Which that guy's like 60 years old, and I'm just like, dude, I need to see what he's smoking because I want to be that kind of dumb. But anyways, back to PSG. Obviously, champions once again. Now they get some more time to rest. Well, maybe not so much certain players since they're going to be playing for their national teams, but a little time to rest before their season starts. So a little bit more than what they had for the Club World Cup. So at least we'll see what happens with PSG, man. I'm really intrigued of like how it's gonna pan out with once the Ballon d'Or discussions come into play. So yeah, because I would find that really interesting. But all right, man, we're gonna go into the league recaps. Obviously, if you guys are watching the video version, you can see to my side the league table, the standings for right now. We're gonna start with Ligue 1. And obviously, we just talked about them winning the Champions League. Well, they also won Ligue 1 once again. But teams that are in the Champions League, we have obviously PSG, RC Lens, and Lille making it in the Champions League. I don't know something's going on with Olympic Lyon. I'm not entirely sure. Are they not? USA just scored a goal against Senegal.
Oh wow.
Let me see. Is Lyon in the Champions League? Or I think that's a play-in spot. That's probably what it is. Let me see. Oh, they did not secure a place in the Champions League. Oh, they got kicked out of Europe. Oh, this is kind of like their punishment for having their financial issues. Okay, now that makes sense. But yeah, so Lyon will not be competing in Europe this season. Marseille and Stade Rennes are going to be in the Europa League, and Monaco. Remember those guys? They're in the Europa Conference League. So, and the teams that are going down to the second league is Nantes and Metz. Edward, I know you haven't really been following Liga, but I'm gonna tell you the team that really blew me away this year was RC Lens this year. And I mean, they were the reason why PSG couldn't secure Ligue 1 just yet. They were literally 6 points behind them. So it took probably till the final days. So PSG, literally the final, like the final 3 days where PSG could finally declare their champions. So props to RC Lens. They're going to be in Champions League this season. Obviously, this is kind of like how a few years ago when we had Brest. They were in the Champions League, and
Brest.
Yeah.
Big Meeks, Brest just laughing constantly.
But Edward, I can tell you right now, Nice isn't getting relegated, so we still have the match we're looking forward to between Nice and Brest. So
Okay.
at least there's that. You can sleep well at night knowing that. But yeah, man, I think for me that was the big takeaway for this season. It's just kind of like how it went.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of what happened, with Ligue 1. I don't know if there's anything you want to take away from it or anything when you add on to it.
I mean, to personally and truthfully, I don't tend to watch it a lot, but I do watch it just to see how PSG plays, to see if something happens. Um, but I mean, you already know I do like not a fan, but I do go for PSG in France just because it's Luis Enrique is
Mm-hmm.
coaching the team, and then now they're playing the. I feel like they're playing the Spaniard style of football. You know,
Mm,
possession, tiki taka, and they have some sort of fanciness, but they also put the modernized football of, I guess you could say, the modernized football of using the wings, centering, and then also having people cut in. Not a lot of teams do that, the all around kind of thing. Most of them focus on like one thing or two. This PSG, I think that's the reason why, is because they were tactically tactically they knew all the ins and outs of whatever they were actually doing. Nobody was actually lost in there. Maybe the first 6 minutes of the last game, but but other than that, you know,
yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, so that is League On. And can't wait to see what happens. Obviously, congratulations to PSG, 13th time winning the League On, which is crazy when you look at that. But also remember, oil money didn't come until later on, so there is that. All right, moving into the Bundesliga. Surprise, surprise! Bayern Munich has cleared it once again. Another year of them champions of the Bundesliga. Harry Kane now has more trophies, but just no Champions League just yet. Just yet. I do. I'm assuming Bayern Munich is going to come back stronger more than ever. Also, I should point out, Bayern Munich only lost one game. Just one game. They only lost one. But Borussia Dortmund, despite everything that was going on with Borussia Dortmund, they still finished in second place. Your usual suspects, right? You got Dortmund, RB Leipzig, and VfB Stuttgart, who just seems to now be more and more being featured more on the top part of the Bundesliga, which is great to see for them. They're going to be in Champions League this year. The Europa League spots are Hoffenheim and Bayer Leverkusen, which is still funny today that you had 2 matches under Erik ten Hag only to fire him immediately after 2 matches. So that's just, I don't know how you recover if you're Erik ten Hag at this point. So your name's not looking great. Oh, and then SC Freiburg is going into the Europa Conference League. I think Freiburg won something. I think did they win the Europa League. I don't know. We'll probably check that later. But yeah, man. And then the teams are going down. Wolfsburg saved themselves. They won that play-in game, the playoff game between the third place team and the second division. So they are staying put in the Bundesliga. Heidenheim and St. Pauli will be sent down to the second division. But also, I should point out, Harry Kane had 36 goals this season in the Bundesliga. Kind of the reason why I kind of wanted him to be in Real Madrid. So if there was any English, and also probably should point out Michael Olise.
oh, dude, Michael Olise, dude, that dude is a beast.
I think you just need to get guys from Crystal Palace. I just think that's what you need to do is just start poaching Crystal Palace players.
Right? That'd be nice. That would actually make sense.
I mean, Eberechi Eze, he Arsenal got him from Crystal Palace as well. Maybe that's the move. You just need to take guys from Crystal Palace. But yeah, Edward. But yeah, Bundesliga, man, kind of how you expect, right?
Yeah, I mean Bayern Munich, with all they have, and I hate to be that guy, but I know you would enjoy hearing this, but it's like Harry Kane moved to Bundesliga to get championships, and he did. He wasn't getting any with Tottenham, so that's why he left, and he decided to just leave it there in the ruins. They're almost relegated, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we'll definitely talk. No, they didn't get relegated, but we'll talk about them in a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, and also I should point out, as a team, Bayern Munich scored 122 goals.
Damn. For the season?
For the season.
Golly.
They were scoring. I mean, Harry Kane, Michael Olise, that one kid that came in because obviously Musiala was gone for most of the season until more recently.
What's his name? It's
with an L, right? Like Carl? Is it Carl?
Carl, is it? I don't know. Great podcasting, by the way.
Great podcast. Did that right? This is the idiot jazz that you guys look for. Leonard Carl. Leonard Carl. Yeah, that's that kid.
Two first names. All right.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
Maybe that's the secret.
I kind of want his jersey now, because just
Carl.
like Carl, like
Carl. And the thing is, when you say Carl, I think of 2 things. 1, The Simpsons, and 2, Jimmy Neutron.
I was about to say it has to be Jimmy Neutron. But dude, man, Carl, dude, I kind of want to.
So do you think? Hey, Hector.
Hmm?
Do you think that Carl likes?
Were you trying to say llamas?
No, croissant.
Oh, croissant.
Croissant.
Is that a Carl joke? I don't remember that.
That's a Carl joke.
Oh. Yeah, I think I kind of want a Leonard Carl jersey.
Oh my god.
He's playing for Germany.
Well, there you go.
I also ordered me a Zendeja, Alejandro Zendeja jersey.
Oh, nice. Wait, are you getting it?
Yeah, I already got it.
Oh, you got it? Nice.
Well, I mean, it's on the. I don't remember.
It's on the way.
Yeah, it's on the way. I don't remember matching with this woman. Okay. I guess getting a little into my dating life.
I was like, wait, when you said that out loud, I kind of like, if you were to see my face, I was like, did this dude really just say this out loud?
I don't remember matching with this woman.
And I was about to try to save you, but I couldn't say, no, you're talking about the jersey, right? You're talking about the jersey, right? But then I was like, that makes no sense. I don't remember matching with this jersey. And then I was like, jersey woman? I was like, nope, can't do it. I was like, then I started thinking like maybe I could do the Michael Scott thing where he's like, oh, he was looking at jerseys and the woman wearing the jersey looks nice, the chair model, the jersey model. But no, that couldn't do that either. That's why I was just like quiet. My face kind of twitched up a bit. And then I was just like, I didn't know what to say. That's why I was just quiet. I was just
everybody's like, dang, Hector's already living out on his own in Spring, Texas, already trying to get sprung.
Like, dude, calm down with your dad joke. Dude, that is a horrible dad joke. That is a horrible dad joke.
And that was the Bundesliga.
Oh, God. Apparently in the Bundesliga, Hector gets all riled up and starts swiping left or right, whichever one it is. I don't do that.
I think SC Freiburg won something. I just don't remember what it was. Oh, no, they didn't. Aston Villa won. Congratulations for Aston Villa for the Europa Conference League. All right.
Oh, wow.
Dang, Premier League almost had a three-peat.
Dang.
Because Crystal Palace also won, or did they win the Europa Conference League? Yeah, I think Crystal Palace won the Europa Conference League, and Aston Villa won the Europa League. Oh, dude. Is there pictures? I need pictures. Dude, like I need. Oh, please tell me he humped the trophy.
Oh my God, you're not talking about Emmy, are you?
Yeah, because he's the goalkeeper
for
Aston Villa. Emmy.
I know, but I don't think he's gonna hump the trophy. He humped the glove. He didn't hump the trophy, the World Cup. He humped the glove. But not the World Cup trophy, so I don't think that he would.
No, yeah, but
unless if they named him goalkeeper of the tournament, then I'm 100% sure he would have done.
Well, anyways, congratulations to our sweet prince, Emi Martinez. So like he won the Europa League with Aston Villa, which is crazy to ever even say that since Aston Villa won something. But here we are.
Well, that too, and the fact that he was basically saying goodbye to Aston Villa with tears in his eyes.
That's still the funniest thing ever, man.
And then later on, nobody bought him out.
No one bought him out.
So he's like, "Hey guys, I'm back." It's like, what just happened? Well,
I love Emmy. Don't ever change Emmy. I don't care what people say. But all right, Serie A. So congratulations to Inter Milan. Back to back. No, wait, was it? Is it back to back or Napoli won last year? I don't remember. Anyways, Inter Milan won again. So just be happy with that. But honestly, Edward, you want to hear the story from me? The story of this season for Serie A?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's do it.
Roma's in the Champions League.
Wow.
Roma is in the Champions League, bro. That is.
Dybala is going to the Champions League.
Is he gonna stay? I hope he does, or he might go
Because
to the MLS.
last time, I mean, dude, think about it. Last time he went to the Champions League was with Juventus, and that was a while back too. Because I think Messi was playing in Barcelona at the time.
I'm just so happy because it's just like on top of that, because Gasperini is like,
oh yeah,
that dude is just amazing. I love that man. I was thinking I need to find somebody to paint me that picture of him shushing Xabi Alonso. By the way, like it's just to me that's like the greatest moment of all time of him just like there's no beef between him and Xabi Alonso, but there he is just shushing him after Atalanta scored on Bayer Leverkusen. Like I just like I feel like this guy created a beef with Xabi Alonso, like to get him, like he probably like told Roma like they're talking shit about us. Sorry for cousin Kelsey. Oh shoot! USA scored another goal.
Nice.
We're only 20 minutes in, and they already got 2 goals. Serginho did score the first one, by the way. But yeah, dude, like I don't know. I love Gasperini, man. That I don't think he should ever be manager of Real Madrid, but that I would be all for it. I buckle like sign me up. But yeah, but Inter Milan won. Roma's back. Como in the Champions League as well. Cesc Fabregas and his boys are over there. I don't know, man. I just don't think you can lose. I don't think Cesc Fabregas is going to leave Como.
Oh, really?
At least I don't think he should. Well, why would he?
I don't think he should. Yeah, I don't think he should.
He has like full control of this team. They probably worship the man at this point. I know that's sacrilegious. But like, right, everything's pointing great for him with this club. Like,
yeah.
Why would like unless like a Barcelona or I don't think Arsenal will ever come knocking for him. But like unless like probably the Barcelona would probably be the only thing. I don't even think Chelsea would be good enough. I mean, Chelsea has a lot of problems. But like if Barcelona was calling for Cesc Fabregas, even though that hurts me to say, that's someone that loves Cesc Fabregas. But he did leave Arsenal to go to Barcelona, so I can't blame him. But yeah, like I just don't. Besides the Barcelona job, I don't know or Spain. I just don't see any other job that would get him to leave Como. Like it's just too good of a situation. Also, like this team got promoted, and now in like a span of a few years, they're now in the Champions League.
Yep.
Like this is Christian Pulisic scored a goal. It's like it's just this is the stuff we do on FIFA.
Yep.
This is exactly what it is. You get a team promoted to the first division and get them already in Champions League in the second. Like this is this is great. This is a great situation for him. But Edward, my biggest disappointment in Serie A, Milan.
Ooh. Yep.
They had nothing else to worry about. They weren't in Champions League because they were placed really low. They weren't in Champions League. You didn't have to worry about any European competition. All you had to worry about was Serie A and whatever the Italian Cup is. Those are the only 2 things you had to worry about. You started great in the first half of the season, and then something happened in the second half where just nobody was performing well. Christian Pulisic looked like ass. Santi Jimenez, some people were questioning whether he should even be playing in the Serie A. The talent just no one lived. And then like Rafael Leao is leaving, but like honestly, like you're getting a bargain out of him because you can't say he's been performing well.
Yep.
So like I don't know. Milan needs to do a lot. I mean, they fired what's his name? He used to manage Juventus when they were really good. It's great podcasting. But they fired him. It doesn't matter. He's fired. He does not have a job. Though it was funny because he was rumored for Real Madrid, and honestly, I would have gladly taken him. But yeah, I mean Milan though, another year that you're not in the Champions League, you're in the Europa League. I mean, I guess there's that consolation, but like, this is kind of where Rafael Leao is going to leave. Christian Pulisic is going to be in his last year of his contract. Does he try to make a move? So there's a lot of stuff with Milan that's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back into this season. But I'm going to ask this question for you, Edward, just because I'm really interested of what you think. For the third straight World Cup, Italy is not going to be in the World Cup.
Oof.
Like,
damn.
And more people are talking like Serie is like the worst league in Europe.
And that's crazy, dude. Because, dude, even people from, I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, I'm not trying to downplay MLS, but even players that are international and they're playing in MLS are getting called up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's wild, bro.
Would you? I mean,
I know there's competition, but not like that.
Would you say there's a correlation with, like I said, people think Serie A is like a lower league now? Or okay, they're Power 5, obviously, right?
They're Power 5, but they're probably like they consider it 5th place.
Yeah, which I mean, maybe we need to restructure our Power 5 by the way because of that. But and it's crazy because remember, you and me were like hyping up Serie A. Like we were like, this league's getting better. We had Milan and both Milan teams were in the semifinal. They were looking great. Napoli came out of nowhere. It looked like
Napoli came out. Lazio too.
Lazio, Atalanta used to be great.
Atalanta, bro, that one came out of nowhere. That's where I think Spencer was like, I don't know if I should go for Atalanta or should I go for Milan. Yeah. He's like, I don't know. Like yeah.
I mean, like, and then, yeah, and Fiorentina. I'm still hoping that they eventually pan out. But yeah, like I think. We were saying all these good things about Serie A that it was going to start coming back up, being like the old days of the Serie A where the best players in the world. But like, as I'm looking at these rosters, man, there's not many Italians.
Dude, a lot. No, that's the thing. Italy, dude, has been they haven't been producing players of that caliber, bro, of like World Cup caliber. And I hate to say it too, because it's true.
I think they need to take a page out of Germany.
Dual citizenships?
Well, okay, well, that too. But, I mean, that was a good one. What do you mean? Jerome Boateng is a clear German name.
No, what was it?
They made, like, strict roster rules where you like 60% of your team had to be German-based players. And so, like, is that the route they go? The Serie A needs to because I mean, the correlation's there, right? Your national team isn't living up to. It's crazy. This team won the Euro not that long ago. Which I guess is a COVID season. Maybe now we take that into I guess some sort of consideration. But yeah, no, it's interesting with them. The down. I don't want to say downfall, but it is seeming. It's not a great look. It's not a great look. I hope the league gets better because, like I said, I am a big fan of the Serie A. But I mean, when your Giants, Milan, and Juventus are just not, and I think for me, Juventus, I think the reason why where they are where they are is just because of obviously all the issues that they had to deal with financial fair play, which is crazy that they're the ones that are getting targeted. I mean, there's certain clubs that probably should be looked at more, but. And for Juventus to be I guess the I don't want to say guinea pig, but I guess the face of financial fair play, it seems kind of wild to me. But even because I mean, so people talk about how Juventus has been good, but then now saying, look, man, it's not a great look when an American is your best player.
That's true.
Oh, so you agree with that?
Yeah. And you got to think about it. At least like your top 3, bro. Like top 3's got to be somewhere from homeland. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, think about it.
What was it with Juventus this year? Was Yildiz? McKennie just kept popping up for them. I think he had a great European campaign. I don't know about that last person, but anyways, yeah. No, you're probably right. There's probably a correlation there.
Because I mean, if you think about it, dude. I mean, when you think Man City, it's like, yeah, you think Haaland, but you also know that Phil Foden's in the team. Mm-hmm. Like that's your cam. Mm-hmm. I mean, Real Madrid, like who can I use? Well, I was gonna say Valverde, but he's Uruguayan. Um, I mean, Dani Carvajal.
Real Madrid is not a great example, to be honest,
Not right now.
because
Not at this
they
moment.
they they
Not at this
they
moment.
mostly help the French national team and Brazil.
Yeah. No, but I mean, if you think about that's what I'm saying though. Like I guess their farming is not going so well in
Yeah,
their
I think
academies.
there's a lot of problem with their youth development for sure. So yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right on that part. But yeah, no, it's disheartening. I think this team should be a top five. Like I honestly think Serie A should be top three.
Hmm.
But yeah, they're not looking the part right now. Also, teams that are getting relegated is Cremonense, Verona, who's owned by an Austin group, and Pisa. So,
Mm.
so Jamie Vardy might be looking maybe MLS.
Dude, honestly, and I have you watched the documentary
Is it on Netflix?
on Netflix? Yeah.
I have not. I need to start watching more stuff. I keep like right now I'm like in the middle. Obviously I'm watching The Rookie right now, but I'm also watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and honestly, man, it's hard to keep your eye like it's an interesting show. One of my coworkers from my old branch was really pushing for me to watch it, and the first season really is not easy to follow. Like it's
I don't know.
it's kind of dull, but then the second season, now I'm in. Now I'm in.
Dude.
But all right, La Liga, the league you and me care about the most.
Yep.
Congratulations to Barcelona for winning a back-to-back La Liga titles. Their team is definitely finally finding their form. Edward, I gotta ask you, man, Gordon. They've officially announced him for Barcelona. He
Yeah.
speaks really good Spanish. Um, how do you feel about the new 80 mil winger?
Dude. I don't know. I hardly don't really know much about him, to be honest with you. I know he was the one pulling for Newcastle, like him well Isaac when he was there, um but yeah, just he was there basically their diamond in the rough right now. Um but other than that, I mean everybody's already making like memes and stuff like that talking about like I'm like look,
I don't.
I'm pushing more towards the Julian Alvarez deal than anything.
Well, I mean, I think this kind of decides that Julian Alvarez is not happening because I mean, I think at this point only like I think Barcelona has like 90 mil to play with, and I still think that there's other needs that they need to address. Like to me, man, if you were gonna bring in Gordon, you might as well have just brought back Rashford.
Yep.
I honestly, that's how I felt. Like, I mean, for what Hansi Flick wants, which is obviously a guy that could just press the fuck. Sorry for cousin Kelsey, press the hell out of you. You got the right guy because I mean, I mean, when Newcastle played Barcelona, I mean, that was one of the big things that he was good on exploiting on Barcelona. That's not really saying much though. The Barcelona backline can have its problems.
Yep.
But to me, also, when you're talking about like direct needs for Barcelona, which he's been rumored with Barcelona for I don't know how, it's almost like 2 years now. I thought this was the year if you were going to drop a lot of money on a player, is getting Bastoni out of Inter Milan.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was going to be the clear move. Like him and Kurbasi would have probably been a really good pairing. No offense to
Oh yeah.
the other center back. I don't remember the other center back.
I mean, the thing is, they could
Honestly,
still,
do a
they
player
could
swap.
still.
Send
No,
Araujo.
that's what I was exactly what I was going to say. I was like, I think that's probably what's going to end up happening is either a player swap or they're going to end up selling Araujo and then go for Bastoni.
Yeah, because I think honestly, Bastoni, that dude's a fucking sorry for cousin Kelsey. That dude's a workhorse, man. Like, which I mean, already that seems to be the theme with Hansi Flick. If you're a workhorse, you're coming to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Rafinha, workhorse. Yamal, workhorse.
Yep.
Hell,
Fermin Lopez, Gavi, even after coming back from injury.
Like workhorse, if workhorse in the dictionary, there should be a picture of Fermin Lopez. Like,
yep.
That's how much of that. Like that dude. That's a dude. Like Yeah,
That's a dog.
That's a dog, man. I love that kid. I hate that he's in Barcelona.
Can I pet that dog?
Bro, dude, I love Fermin Lopez, but this is what sucks now. Like with us doing this podcast now, like I can't just hate on Barcelona guys.
Not like the old days.
Not like the old days where I could just hate Messi for just the sake of hating Messi. Like Barcelona's fun to watch, man. I hate that I had to watch that semifinal with Inter Milan and just like undeniably like the greatest game of all time. Like, I mean, obviously maybe not so much for you, but it was two teams going back and forth, man. That was like the greatest match ever. I mean, even I thought Rafinha got the winner in.
Yep.
Even I thought that that's fitting to do this. Watching the Inter Milan fans like leaving because they're like, oh, I guess it's over. And then I forgot the dude that scored the goal, but you know the dude that scored the goal for Inter Milan to win the game, like that's cinema. If you're not at all like, once again, don't have any actual emotional investment into the game, but yeah, no, Barcelona. I'm sure they're going to be looking to get stronger. They're going to get more guys that, you know, will believe in the things that Hansi Flick believes in, which is if you ran a mile, you need to run 5 more. If you didn't run a mile, run 6. So, I mean, it's working. I mean, I can't. There's nothing you can say at this point, right? Like it's effective. It's working for Barcelona. Like this high line. Like I people that make fun of Barcelona for like living and dying off the high line. Like same thing with Arsenal. Like if it works, then like what are we doing? Like, who cares?
Yeah,
if it
why
works,
change it?
Yeah, like, why? I mean, maybe in the Champions League, maybe it'd be a good idea to change it sometimes. But, like, it's not like it's a bulletproof system, but clearly they are really good at it. So, I mean, like, they have the pace. You know, Lewandowski is essentially going to Chicago, I believe. So, you know, that opens up space for a 9. Maybe they get Julian Alvarez. Maybe he's the guy that plays 9 role, which, I mean, you want to talk about a workhorse.
Yep.
There's that guy. So,
dude, and his free kicks have been phenomenal.
I just don't want to really think about Barcelona and free kicks right now. So, I was tortured by Messi for many years of his free kick abilities, and then just have this like random lone player guy. Obviously, he's not random. It's freaking Marcus Rashford.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna be honest though.
That was a great goal,
that free kick, dude. That was insane.
I was like, I am not even. That was a great goal,
dude. This is what
I'm telling you. I fucking hate about this podcast. Sorry for cussing.
No, but dude, it was such a beautiful goal. Like the dude just looked at it and he was like, "All right, cool." Shot it. I saw that it was a rocket shot. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh crap, it's going out!" And then it just started to dip down slowly, right on the top of the
dude,
bro. I'm behind Courtois. I was like, "Dog, what the hell did they feed this kid this morning?"
You know, he was watching Cristiano Ronaldo free kick videos.
Dude, that's legit the free kick. Like, we're just dead ball going down and stuff.
I will say the funniest thing about Barcelona's like level of pettiness to Real Madrid, which I mean, Real Madrid also has a level of pettiness to Barcelona, but is the fact that like Marcus Rashford played alongside Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yep.
I think he's Man United like through and through, even as like a kid. This kid grew up watching Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, his favorite player is Cristiano Ronaldo, but they force him to say someone else for when they ask him, like, who's your favorite player?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Meanwhile, Real Madrid, which I'm not saying that they're the most perfect club in the world, they let Franco Massutano, which I still can't believe we spent the money that we spent for that guy. And he said Messi. As a matter of fact, he wore 30 because of Messi. So.
Oh, yeah.
So not saying that Real Madrid's better, because they're not. As a matter of fact, they're not, because they're in second place and they didn't win a single stupid thing. At this point, I would have taken the freaking stupid Super Cup at this point. That's the saddest thing ever, man. Like I'm gonna have to be content with the Spanish Super Cup. And I hate that.
What's the cup? La Copa del Rey? No. Is it the Spanish Super Cup, the one that you're always like, that's not an important cup to win, but it's
literally the least important cup ever.
And then you're like, I'll be happy with them winning that.
This is where we are now. And on top of that, Jose, I guess that's the team. That's the team discussed right now for me for Real Madrid. Is just because Jose Mourinho is joining Real Madrid. He's going to be the new coach. Apparently, he made it specific. He made it clear that he gets a say on the roster. He gets a say on the lineup. The board can't say anything. And I'm going to tell you right now, the board loves to lie. So if things aren't working out with Jose Mourinho, which there probably are, I mean, anybody that's ever had Jose Mourinho as a manager knows things will go down a very scary path. So, yeah, so get your popcorn ready, Edward, if you want to watch that soap opera. So,
I'm sure I will.
But yeah, on top of that, so there's 5 Champions League spots that was given to La Liga this year, which obviously Barcelona is going to be there, Real Madrid is going to be there. Villarreal, I think, great season for them, very solid defensive year for them. Kind of the reason why they're here, because they had a good defensive season. Even though Barcelona and Real Madrid had allowed the fewest goals, but clearly that didn't matter because Barcelona also scored like 95 goals. Which like I said, the benefits of the high line, you're going to score like a lot.
Yeah,
it's not 122, but it's up there. But yeah, so Atletico Madrid also in the Champions League. Real Betis in the Champions League this next season. Celta Vigo.
That's crazy, but
yeah. Celta Vigo will be in the Europa League. Joining them is Real Sociedad because also props to Pellegrino Matarazzo, the American, who became the first American coach to win a major cup in Europe. First American coach. So props to him. I know we don't talk much about Pellegrino Matarazzo. Probably should have been the USA coach. Actually, I'm more of a BJ Callahan guy, but still, any of these would be better than Greg Berhalter.
And Pochettino is leaving after the World Cup, right?
Yeah, he'll be leaving. I mean, shoot.
You don't blame him, huh?
They're up. No, I don't. Dude, everybody knew he was gonna leave. I don't know why everybody's like shocked by that. Oh my god, he was gonna leave for. And I think there's rumors now that he might be taking the AC Milan job, which I don't know. I don't know if AC, like the thing is like, should a European club be willing to wait for like the end of a tournament for their coach to come in and start getting the groundwork going for as far as like player acquisitions and all that stuff? Like I would want a guy that's available now. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, shout out to Real Sociedad. So they'll be in the Europa League. And Getafe will be in the Europa Conference League. The teams going down is Mallorca, Girona, and Real Oviedo.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's crazy with Girona. Dude, you were top 3. Were they top 3? They were in a Champions League spot, right?
Yep.
They went from being in a Champions League spot to now getting relegated to the second division.
That's crazy, dude. I don't even know what to say to that, to be honest with you.
Football is a finicky bitch. That's honestly what it is. I mean, also it doesn't help when you're one of the part of the Man City group where they could just take whatever they want from you.
Yeah, true.
So there's that. But all right, the Premier League. After 22 years of not winning a Premier League title, Arsenal has finally won the Premier League.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know. I think I was trying to be like theatrical when I said it, but then I just like started pausing like way too much.
Yeah, it was more of a not even theatrical. It was more of like a little bit of disappointment, but also like
I don't know. It is the way that they play. It is the way that they play. It's not fun football. I get it. It's not sexy. It's effective. It's not sexy football. I'll give it that. I understand the people's complaints of the way they're playing, the way they play. That's like watching a baseball team that's only good at winning 1-0 because they have phenomenal pitching, but their hitting is not that great. Like it's literally that epitome. Even because Arsenal keeps bringing in 9s, thinking that this is going to be our 9, and then yeah. Though to be fair, though, Arsenal did score like 71 goals, most of them probably off of corner kicks. But yeah, this is where we are. Also, shout out to Erling Haaland. He was the leading goal scorer with 27 goals. Man City, kind of a weird start to the season. Kind of a weird start, but here they are. They're in second place. But Edward, you want to know the real story of the Premier League this season?
Let's hear it.
It's Manchester United. It's Manchester United. Dude, there's no way you cannot talk about this season without Manchester United. You move on from Ruben Amorim. We all made fun of him with the tactics board. I thought it was kind of fucked up, but I get it. Sorry for Cousin Kelsey. You get rid of him. You bring in Michael Carrick. Oh, Senegal just scored a goal. And now he's your new manager. He went from caretaker to now being the guy. We talked about that a few episodes ago, right, Edward? That is this your guy? And I think
I found the guy.
You found the guy. I mean, you're in third place. You're in the Champions League. I don't think anybody expected you guys to be here. But here you are.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. What sucks is I think isn't Bruno Fernandes leaving?
There's rumors, but I don't know if it's official.
Because
I'm intrigued what Manchester United is going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to follow what they do after this season. Because, you definitely have something here with your team. Especially with what Michael Carrick... You kind of wonder, what the hell was Ruben Amorim doing? And Ten Hag. Because they didn't really change much on the roster. So... Yeah,
no, they didn't. He basically, Michael. If you really notice it, Michael Carrick just used everybody that he just already had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think did he go out and buy anybody?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Nobody significant at least.
No, I don't think so, dude.
That's impressive. That just maybe it was the coach. This whole time we're all over here trying to blame anything but the coach, but maybe it is the coach. Maybe it isn't the ownership's fault. It's just
dude, imagine if Michael Carrick was the coach and Ronaldo decided to go play. Well, not right now, but back then when Ten Hag was a manager.
Even Ragnick wasn't that great.
Yeah.
It was moral of the story: don't tell Ronaldo the press.
Yeah.
But no, here they are. They're in third place. Aston Villa. Obviously, we just mentioned how they won the Europa League. No trophy humping, at least as far as I know. But they're here in fourth place in the Champions League. That's crazy. And then because of that, because Aston Villa automatically qualified for a Champions League spot for winning the Europa League, it opens up an extra Champions League spot in the Premier League. And guess who got that? Liverpool.
Oh yeah, dude, Liverpool. That's another one that I'm surprised.
Arne Slot's fired. Arne Slot got fired.
Yep, he did.
After spending ridiculous amount of money.
Yep, buku money.
You get
especially with the Florian Wirtz,
Frimpong, Wirtz, Isak, you got two strikers. You brought in two strikers.
Wait, who else? Isak and who?
Ekekite. I think he got hurt.
Oh yeah, Ekekite.
He got hurt though, unfortunately. But you brought in two strikers.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if there was anybody else, but you spent a lot of money. Everyone's is he really that good? I mean, he was basically adopted a really good roster because it was obviously Jurgen Klopp's vision.
Yeah.
And yes, unfortunately, Mohamed Salah. Things got so bad with Arne Slot and Mohamed Salah that Mohamed Salah opted out of his last year of his contract.
Yep.
So
he left.
Yeah, so which is crazy because Mohamed Salah is super lovable. So to get him mad, that's like Sergio. Only two people can get him pissed off is Sergio Ramos and Arne Slot.
Yep.
And one's understandable.
Yeah, one they went head to head. The other one was supposed to be your coach, your boss.
So there's that, but so props to them. Bournemouth going to the Europa League. Sunderland newly promoted. Sunderland was newly promoted. I think maybe last year or this year. I forgot. It doesn't matter. Actually, I think it was.
I think they're back and forth. I think here and there every couple of years.
But they're in the Europa League. Actually, no. Sunderland hasn't been in the Premier League in years.
Oh, really?
But now they're going to the Europa League.
Wait, I have a question. What about Wrexham?
Wrexham will not be in the Premier League next season. They got eliminated. So
Oh,
they'll be
dang.
so no consecutive promotions for them. They'll be toughing it out once again in the championship.
I mean, they're gonna have to, bro, because it's
Also, should point out Crystal Palace. They did win the FA Cup. Oh wait, was that the no? They won they won the Europa Conference League. They did win the FA Cup last year, so I'm not wrong on that one. But they won the Europa Conference League, so obviously that moves them into the Europa League. So
yeah.
congratulations to Crystal Palace. Also, shout out to Chris Richards because he plays for Crystal Palace. And in the Europa Conference League, we have Brighton. Brighton will be there. Chelsea finished in 10th place. It's going to be a team to follow, just in general, just because of a lot of things. But Xabi Alonso is expected to be the next manager. I think he should have probably waited a little longer just to get that Liverpool job, if you ask me. But we'll see how it pans out over there. Apparently, he's expecting to. Well, he's going to try to bring Arda Güler
Yeah.
to Chelsea. So
on a loan, or on a?
I think he's trying to buy. Oh no, Abramovich is not going to loan him out. He's gonna have to buy them. We'll see what happens with Chelsea with Xabi Alonso. I honestly will say maybe you should have waited a little longer. Liverpool job seemed like with all that was going on with Liverpool, maybe you would have been a good shot.
Oh, you know damn well he would have gone that real quick.
He just just alone the fact that he has Frimpong and Wirtz, like he knows how to get the best out of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. He should have waited. But you know what? Hey, beggars can't be choosers.
Next you know, he's gonna end up buying Frimpong and Wirtz at a bargain for Chelsea because they're not doing anything over there.
At Liverpool, probably. It wouldn't be shocking. It'd be funny. It actually might be kind of funny if that happens.
Because I think Chelsea does have the money to back that up.
All right, teams that are getting relegated into the championship will be West Ham United, the Hammers. They're going to be blowing bubbles in the championship. Burnley, shocking, they're going down. And Wolves will also be going down. But if you're a Wolves fan, be really excited because also just overall great guy move, in my opinion. Raul Jimenez is planning to actually not come to North America, whether it's MLS or Liga MX. He's actually going to go and play for Wolves and try to get them promoted to the Premier League next season.
Oh wow, that's a guy who believes in the club.
That's a what a guy moment right there.
What a guy!
What a guy! I love Raul Jimenez, by the way. I was very boldly saying that he was going to surpass Chicharito, which I think is still possible, maybe.
In this World Cup, maybe.
Maybe in this World Cup, maybe a few friendlies on the way. But I really hope he does because I think he should be like the all-time goal scorer for Mexico. Obviously, it's unfortunate what happened with his injury that like prevented him from playing more games. Imagine in a world where you had more Raul Jimenez and not so much Peralta.
Oh yeah,
so
that would be a nice world.
that would have been so much better. But Spurs, they lucked out. They lucked out by the skin of their chinny chin chins because they were 2 points ahead of West Ham United. So they will not be relegated. And I said it like if Tottenham got relegated, you would have not heard the end of it from me. I would just, oh my God. Yeah, Tottenham.
Yeah, yep.
Because I would not only would I be annoying to Tottenham fans, but I would be annoying the fuck out of Edward. Sorry for cousin Kelsey.
Yeah, yep.
So Edward is also maybe great.
I'm not even a Tottenham fan, but I knew the consequences of what would happen if they got relegated.
And that's me. That's me.
Consequence, thy name is Hector.
I would have gone out of my way to like track every single loss in the championship for Tottenham.
Oh, 100%. And the goals and the
Yeah, I would have been watching them like a hawk.
Yep.
But anyway, it's not happening. They're going to be alive, so we'll see what happens there. But look, we were talking about Gordon earlier, and I'm going to just say my thoughts on him. If he was so good, then why is Newcastle in 12th place?
Yeah.
I know it's a team sport. I get it. But like, I'm just saying, 80,000 for a guy that's probably going to be back up to Rafinha is crazy to me. Yes, I see the vision of Hansi Flick. Like
80 million.
He's going to press the heck out of his opponents. Trust me, I know. That's the only – but I mean, like, What are you putting him over Rafinha? No, unless you decide to put Rafinha at the camp spot, which I mean, dude, that's just not fair.
That's crazy.
All that pace up front.
Yeah. And then you also have Pedri, who will feed anybody a freaking nice ass pass. Dude,
even Frankie de Jong.
Dude, Pedri has like that. It's so weird. Pedri is a combination between Xavi and Iniesta. He has the regateo, the croqueta, the Iniesta, but he has the vision of Xavi. It's insane.
Also gets phone numbers, so there's that too for him. Well, him and Gavi.
Yeah.
Also happy to see Gavi be healthy for once. That was a nice change.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's the leagues, man. Look, okay, I guess more and more I'm starting to see why Gordon would at least make sense to Barcelona, but it's the Hansi Flick system. I think at the end of it, but yeah, I still think they should go get Bastoni. Why am I saying these things? I don't want you guys to have good players. I hate this podcast.
Oh man!
Why am I rooting for you guys?
You want to root for you want to see the team build up and actually start having trouble again. That's what you want. You want to see.
I am so I hate the fact that Real Madrid didn't capitalize as much as they should have when Barcelona was bad.
Oh, dude, they had a lot of. I'm surprised myself, dude.
Like Barcelona, even when they were bad, want the La Liga. It's like,
oh, dude, that was insane too. I was like, what? They won it?
Yeah,
I was surprised
thanks
too.
to Aubameyang. So
yeah,
is he? And I even can't hate on Aubameyang. I love Aubameyang.
Aubameyang that dude is a people's player. Like that dude there, he just makes everybody happy.
And then he does the little Dragon Ball celebration. You know how pissed off I was that I couldn't be in the moment for that.
And then dude, I still miss it when he played with Rose and then in Borussia.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
I feel like I just need to become a neutral.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at righteousfelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Just become not have a
what?
team in general. Nah.
What? I don't think your ego would let you.
No,
if Real Madrid all of a sudden starts winning everything, your like your neck vein would pop out.
I mean, it's gonna be a rough watch for me. Everyone knows I'm not a Jose Mourinho guy, but it's gonna be an interesting season. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Are you gonna change your mind if somehow Real Madrid has like a 10 games unbeaten streak?
If Jose Mourinho wins the La Liga, I'll change my mind on Jose Mourinho. I mean, there's gonna be a downfall. Let's be honest. It's Jose Mourinho, but
oh my god,
does he not?
I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be a downfall. To be honest with you, he is the one coach that you could probably say he can deal with the egos of the players.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying eventually,
it's like you got one,
he pisses off the ownership group.
You got the what you call it? The what you call it? What was I gonna say? You got the ego of a player like Mbappe. You do need the ego of a coach like Mourinho.
I just don't think...
And he can actually... And I'll put it this way. He can actually shove it in his face that, hey, shut up and listen. I have my tattoos right here winning the Super Cup.
That's what I was waiting for.
Hold on. I got my tattoos here. This is what I won. What'd you win? Nothing. I was like, yeah, you have a World Cup, but that doesn't do me any good here at Real Madrid. So I need you to step it up and win the league and win the Champions League. It's like you're not here for fun, shits and giggles. It's like I feel
wanna,
like he
I
can
want,
talk
I
him
want
down
to,
like
I
that.
want to tattoo a little white circle here on my Champions League trophy.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I want to put. He's like, I have the year of when I won it. He's like, now I want to add a little bracket, a little thing next to it of the next year. He's like, are you gonna make that happen, dude? How bad would Mbappe feel about that? I feel like he would just be like, man, screw you.
I don't know, man. Mbappe got like an earful from Luis Enrique with that whole Michael Jordan speech, and clearly it did nothing. So
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's why Luis Enrique said, you know what, screw you. He's like, I
yeah,
don't need you.
he's like, you know what, go to Real Madrid for free.
Yeah. He's like,
And
what am I,
panned out better.
bro? Yeah, bro. The owner of the PSG, bro. How much is he celebrating because he had Luis Enrique and he has the 2 wins?
Bro, it's finally paying off for him.
Yeah.
Oh, Sadio Mane scored the goal. But all right, guys, that is the leagues. We're gonna take a break, and we'll go into players of the week. Quick update: I don't think we're gonna do a World Cup preview episode, mainly just because of the fact that I'm going to Nevada this weekend, and that World Cup starts in June 11th. Is that where the World Cup starts?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like just a really short turnaround. So what I will say though, because it's not like we're not Edward's taking a break, but Belly Up Sports, we are doing a super show for the World Cup. So we're gonna be covering the World Cup throughout the tournament through Belly Up Sports. So that's gonna be more where I'm gonna be at. So there's still gonna be coverage of the World Cup. It's just not gonna be insert MFC. Like I said, we're going into our off season, so we're gonna take a break. I was wanting to do a World Cup preview episode, but like I said, it's just time is kind of a bitch. So that's the only reason why. But Edward, if you want to do like a quick like who you think is gonna win the World Cup, maybe your top 5 teams that might win.
Spain. You know what? Just to see if it can happen, Argentina. France, of course. Who else? 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 Oh, you know what? Brazil. Brazil is actually up there with me.
Wow.
Is Neymar going? I don't remember.
Yeah, Neymar is going.
Okay. And hold on. My mind's still going. I mean, I want to say England, but man, I don't know, man. I don't. I'm not 100% sure about them.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, because damn. Now you got me thinking a lot. Hell, I'm even thinking about Africa. Oh, you know what? Damn, Portugal has a pretty solid squad, man. I'll be honest. Like that, like all around. They have a pretty solid squad. So I'll say Portugal.
Okay. Yeah, Spain's my number 1.
Yeah.
Followed by France. I'm gonna do Argentina, Portugal, and the last nation.
So basically, we're almost having the same things.
Almost the same thing, except I just don't see me picking Brazil though. But I don't know if there's like another country that like really jumps off the board for me.
I mean, Germany, dude.
Germany, yeah, yep, you're right, Germany.
It could be Germany.
So yeah, Germany would be my last.
That's the thing, though. It's not because there's a lack of teams, but it's more of like there's a lot of good teams.
This is a little bit harder because it's like 48 teams, and now the fact that third place team, because it's like it opens up for like a bunch of possibilities of upsets.
Yeah.
Or like a good team could end up in third.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying they're getting an easy easier route if they're a third place team. But like it's so hard to predict when there's going to be just the fact that like I think certain amount of third place teams are also moving on, and then so like that third place team maybe got like from the grace of God got a second chance and they make a run. So yeah, anything is very much possible in this World Cup. This is going to be it's going to be interesting how everything goes out. I think I'm excited for the World Cup. I know a lot of people have their doubts with the World Cup. To those people, just shut the fuck up and watch the World Cup. Just like stop complaining about it. Just be in the moment. I get it, but at the same time, like it's not like and it's funny because everyone keeps blaming the US, but it's FIFA.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because FIFA has always thought about the fans. So like,
yeah, they never thought about it.
It's not like we had a World Cup in Qatar for anything.
Because clearly everybody
bribery.
can afford because everybody could afford to go to Qatar.
Not only that, but then also the whole no drinking thing. There are so many rules in place over. And then
it being played like at a later time, like
yeah, and then also the whole it was illegal to be gay. That's still to me the funniest thing ever. That's a rule. That's like like those like stupid all boys clubs. No gays.
No gays.
But anyways, yeah. So World Cup, I'm excited. It was an interesting season. Did it go the way we all went? Probably not. But hey, we can't wait, man. World Cup's gonna kick off. Like I said, check out Belly Up Sports. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on for World Cup content over there. So if you guys haven't been watching the videos that we've been doing for nation profiles, you're missing out. But obviously, you're not hearing my voice anymore. It's now Kelsey taking over. So Kelsey's gonna finish us strong for these World Cup profiles. So get ready for that. But yeah, Edward, you want to say anything to the people about the season?
I mean, it was a good season. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like I said, I focused mostly on Liga and Champions League. So I was and EPL, yeah. It's it went my way in La Liga for sure.
It went your way for a lot of things because you also back-to-back jersey bet.
I got a jersey. Yeah, I got a jersey.
I gotta ask you, like, is this like a better payoff knowing that even though you had to like sing for all those seasons?
Oh, bro. Oh, it's a better payout because one, it's like we hardly have time anymore, like to do like sit down and actually record.
Mm-hmm.
Because we both have our stuff, and even Spence, like he's got his own stuff going, and so it's a bit harder than normal. Like it's a bit so. But other than that, it's a sweeter payout knowing that I actually got you to get me a Barcelona jersey.
Oh yeah, because that's new.
Oh no, but I'm saying like because it's a Barcelona jersey. I would have told you, oh, give me a Real Madrid jersey. I feel like you would have been like, what? Really? No way! Like you would have been all gung ho for it.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it was really cool. I got Edward. We got Edward the Kobe.
Oh, dude, that one's amazing.
So, it was there. Luckily, there was like a little special going on, so I was able to put up a little bit more so you can get Rafinha. Obviously, finished behind Florian Balogun as most influential player in FS2 according to FS2. According to Fox Sports, according to Fox Sports 1, not as influential as Florian Balogun. So.
Oh my god, dude! Then when you said, what was it that you said? You're like, well, I thought Rafinha, but then I thought Balogun, dude, and I was like, no, like don't give me the Balogun jersey. I was like, no, I'll be happy with.
It just.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Not as influential. Not as
influential as Balogun. That's all I was like, oh my god. Literally, I think my reaction was, oh my god, this dude here.
We might have to relook at that. Well, at the end of when we come back in the season, we'll relook at that list to see how influential they were in the World Cup.
Man, that's gonna be.
Oh man, what a stupid list! Oh man, so
I think
stupid.
our list is better.
Yeah, because we had 5 guys. It's an easier list to follow. Also, I Still have no idea what the fuck influential means. Sorry for cussing. Well, what's their definition of influential? But anyways, we're gonna thank you so much. We'll take a break and then we'll go and wrap the show up because there's no players of the week anymore. Man, dude, it's always great to have Edward on. I honestly tell you that. So what we're going to do is I'm gonna break down the groups for the World Cup. On the screen right now, you can see all the groups that are in the World Cup. But yeah, I'm gonna do my predictions of how the group's gonna go, and yeah. Obviously, this World Cup is the expanded World Cup. There will be 48 teams participating in this year's World Cup with, and obviously 12 groups. So it is definitely expanded. The big thing, obviously, first place, second place automatically move on to the knockout rounds, and then the best third place teams move on to as well. So there is at least a new fold in the tournament that could be a game changer. You know, some of those teams that are actually pretty good can still have a shot in moving on to the World Cup. But we'll start things with Group A. Group A features one of the host nations, Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia. This is honestly a really interesting group, obviously because it is Mexico. It is very important for Mexico to be able to perform their best in front of their country. They did have a 1-0 victory against Australia recently. It was a friendly, and while they did get the win, from what I've gathered from other Mexican fans, they just seem very overwhelmed with the team, and it's kind of been the story right now for Mexico. I mean, obviously, people are going to have faith in Mexico. They're going to believe in this team, and it's going to be an interesting development as this tournament continues with Mexico. Obviously, keep an eye on for Gilberto Mora. That's just the guy to watch. South Africa, I think more and more, thanks to Musa, I've learned more about this country. And the big thing, obviously, at least the big takeaway that people should really not underestimate South Africa for is that there is a good amount of chemistry on this team because a lot of these guys play in the same team. The South African League, to be specific, obviously, I know people probably don't have a lot of respect for the South African League, but I think it is important that these guys are very familiar with each other. That does boost something. I think that does genuinely mean something. I think that this is a team that I think people are going to overlook, and they could make you pay for it. South Korea might be looked at as the strongest team in this group because I don't think that there's any look, the thing is with Mexico, and I'm not trying to be a hater of Mexico, there's uncertainties with Mexico. That's just the honest truth. There's uncertainties with the team. I don't think that there's people that have uncertainties about South Korea. South Korea has done really well in their group, in the group stages. They always come up top, and they're a very frisky team. I think that this is a very open group as well. And then Czechia, I think, very solid team. Obviously, came in through the UEFA play-in games to get to those final World Cup spots. But a really scrappy team, really solid team. Obviously, Patrick Schick's there, so that's a really sneaky goal scorer that, honestly, this is a very open group. I think that any of these teams could get the best out of each other, and it could be a very interesting chain of events of how this can go down. I think you do need to take some consideration of Mexico having the home field advantage, but I just don't know. But they do have some tough competition. So in first place of Group A, I'm gonna put South Korea, and I think it just, once again, there's not as much uncertainties with them versus like the rest of the teams here or unknowns. I think there's more people that have more confidence in South Korea, and so for me, I think. And this is obviously impromptu. Like, I'm not normally the way I do this. I actually go down each matchup. I don't predict draws. I just say who can beat who. But I'm not looking at it right now. So I'm just really just going off the dome here. I am gonna say Mexico, being in Mexico, is gonna be a good advantage for them. I think that they're still gonna be a good team. I'm still gonna put up a good fight. And so I'm having Mexico in second in the group. So they'll still advance. Like I said, home field crowd needs to count for something. I'm going to then have Czechia, and in last place I have South Africa. Yeah, I know all those things I said about South Africa, but I just you do need to take into consideration where they're playing. and I don't like doing that, but that's kind of where we are. But that is Group A. Like I said, I have South Korea and Mexico moving on to the next round. It's gonna be interesting how I pick the third place teams, because that's gonna alter some things as far as like my thought process goes. In Group B, you have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. I think this is a interesting group. I mean, it just in general, I think I would honestly tell you, like, the host nations, I think, lucked out a little bit in the group stages, because I don't necessarily say they're in easy groups, but they're in groups where something can happen for them where they can move on to the next round. So that's the only thing I'm saying. But you have Canada, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland. Canada, obviously, one of the host nations. I think Jesse Marsh has done a lot of good things with this team. I think this team can be they're hoping to have a better turnout than the last World Cup, and make something big, especially in front of their home crowd. Once again, home field advantage needs to take account for something. But I will say, when you look at the other teams, Bosnia, I think a really good team. I think a really sneaky good team. Yes, they came in through the same thing. We're winner of a play-in, but like they were really solid in their performance, and I believe this is the team. They're the ones that dethroned Italy, I believe. Let me see. I think they're the ones that beat. Yeah, they're the ones that eliminated Italy. So like that needs to take account for something. Qatar, obviously, now coming back to the World Cup. Obviously, last year they were the last World Cup. They were the host nation. Not a great World Cup for them. I mean, obviously, everything that Qatar has been doing, trying to build a superpower nation in football over there in Qatar. A lot of things have been invested into that national team and that system. And I mean, it's now starting to pay off, right? Because they are winning cups. They are, getting results as far as in the Asian perspective, and obviously qualify for the World Cup. So they're clearly doing right things. It's just the question is, can they do it against bigger competition? And I feel like we haven't really seen it. Obviously, they played in the Gold Cup a few times, but once again, when it came to going up against like the U.S. or Mexico or Canada, they just couldn't live up to the billing. And then Switzerland, solid team, very sturdy, good unit. I think a team that usually seems to be a tough battle when you go up against them. So this is a very interesting group. Once again, I think Switzerland is probably the better team in this group. And I think it just comes down to Canada and Bosnia and Herzegovina, like who can overcome the other. And like I said, home field advantage should take account for something for Canada, right? And I think that's what I'm gonna kind of do the same thing with Mexico. I just don't think they're the best team in their group, but I think they can come out top. And then I'm gonna put Bosnia in third place. So that's how I have Group B going. In Group C, you have Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland in this group. It's good. Yeah, this is Brazil. Obviously, all eyes on them. It's been a while since they've won the World Cup. Last time they won the World Cup was in 2002, and since then it's just the team that has all the star power. And I mean, now you got Carlo Ancelotti in charge of the team, a guy that's very familiar with a lot of the Brazilian players in general. I think that this is kind of, it's going to be interesting to see Brazil doing it with a manager that's not Brazilian. They have the talent. The question is, can the talent finally showcase when it comes to the bigger stage? I think they're going to have a great test for Morocco. Scotland's also going to be a good challenge for them. But they need to have a strong performance and, to even be in the conversation for World Cup. I have my concerns with Brazil, and that's probably why I'm so hesitant in putting them even in the top five. And I think when I was talking with Edward, Morocco, obviously, really good team. Went further than any African nation has ever gone in the World Cup, in the last World Cup, getting to the semifinal. And on top of that, obviously won African Cup of Nations. A lot of controversy on that win because I don't think they won outright. But they are technically the winners of the African Cup of Nations. But they, once again, still had a strong performance in the African Cup of Nations to get to the final, even though they did lose to Senegal. Haiti, I mean, it's a Caribbean team that we're all going to be happy to see them competing. Question is if they can do something here, and they're definitely in a tough group to be in. Scotland, I mean, physical fighting, all those things that you think of Scotland, they'll be there. I think that they'll be a massive thorn to Brazil and Morocco as far as to decide who's going to win the group. Brazil, everyone should be winning the group. I feel like there's going to be some issues. I think Morocco, I'm more confident in to push on. So I'm going to put Morocco winning the group. I do have Brazil in second, and I'm going to put Scotland in third. I think Scotland will be one of the better third place teams. So there is that. Group D. So USA just beat Senegal 3-2. Good things to take away. Obviously, still some things that they need to work on, specifically on the defensive side of things. But you definitely like what you're seeing. Also, shout out to Alejandro Zendejas for having, when he came in, he definitely made some impact. Didn't score a goal, but he definitely was a problem to that Senegal defense. But yeah, USA, obviously, all eyes on them, home field advantage, everything, blah, 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 what I've been saying with the host nations. You got Paraguay, very defensive, maybe not the flashiest goal-scoring team, but very defensive. Australia, very solid defensively as well. And then you have Turkey, who honestly got put in a great group for them. A lot of talent there, a lot of solid players. Arda Güler is a player to watch. Kenan Yilmaz is another guy that you keep an eye on as well, among other star players like Shanalolu, all those things. For this one, I do think Turkey is going to win the group. I think they're the better team, especially put a little bit more harder up front. I think that's going to be the challenge for the U.S. is going up against Turkey. And they did have they had played against each other before. Actually, as a matter of fact, the U.S. has played against all these teams in a friendly before. In second, I have the U.S. I think Paraguay and Australia are going to be good matches, but I mean, especially from what I saw from this team as a unit, I think that this team is not going to be an easy out like people think it is. And then I'm going to have Paraguay finish in third. So unfortunately, Australia. Sorry, Stuart. I have them finishing last. Group B, you have Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Everything points to Germany, right? It should be Germany. It should be Germany, honestly. Like, they should be the best team in this group. I think that there is some concern just because of how they bowed out in the last World Cup, but this is a new generation of German players. Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz, like, those are the guys you're going to keep an eye on to see if they're going to excel for the German national team. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I do expect Germany to finish first. As far as going in second, I think Ecuador, another really solid defensive team. Ivory Coast could be a really good, interesting team in the World Cup. Curacao, I'm going to love everything about Curacao, but unfortunately, like, they are a small nation for a reason. They do have some Dutch influence. I just don't know if it's going to be enough against Germany, Ecuador, or the Ivory Coast. That's my concern. But that's Group B. Group F, we have Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Honestly, a really good group. I would maybe throw Group of Death over here because I feel like that's all really good teams. I anticipate the Dutch national team is kind of interesting to me just because I don't know where the state of this national team is at right now. They did qualify, so that's probably the thing to take a note. Japan obviously is always going to be a nation that everyone loves, especially not only just the players on the field, but also the fans, the fan culture as well. So there's so many things people want to see Japan play, and they want them to perform. Sweden, sturdy, solid defensively. That's kind of what their identity has always been. Very efficient. So that's a team to keep an eye on. Tunisia, I don't know too much about them, but they are still a team that could cause some havoc in this group. I do have Netherlands winning the group. The question will just be between Japan and Sweden. I'm going to take Sweden to finish in second. I do have Japan in third, and Tunisia will be in last. And once again, guys, this is me just going off the dome. Did zero prep work into this, so bear with me here. Group G, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Belgium has reloaded. Jeremy Doku is going to be a guy that I will be watching. You still have Kevin De Bruyne, who I think will still be very much a playmaker for this nation. They still have quality in this team. They can still do some good things. They still have, this golden generation of Belgium still has a shot to finish strong in their last go around. So we'll see what happens there. Egypt, I just think they're a better team. I'm going to actually say Iran over New Zealand. No offense to anybody that loves New Zealand and everything, but I think Iran does have some good quality, and they're very feisty, and there's a lot of fight in this nation. So I think that's what I'm going to see from them. In Group H, you have Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. I think that this group can be a little bit straightforward. Spain is obviously one of the favorites to win the World Cup. Uruguay could be a scrappy team. So a lot of variables can happen. I think Spain does, in fact, win out the group. I think Uruguay does come in second. And then I'm going to side with Cape Verde. No offense, Saudi Arabia. But like I said, I'm just going off the dome here. Group I, we have France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. This is awesome. Honestly, this might be the group of death. This is probably the group of death. I'm going to label Group I as the group of death. France, Senegal, two really strong teams in their region. Norway, we're going to see the coolest thing ever in the United States. We're going to witness Kylian Mbappe versus Erling Haaland. That is an amazing matchup. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to say France does win out the group. I don't think anybody's going to win out every single match, but I do think that France and Senegal is going to be an interesting matchup. It's also the Moussa Bowl, by the way, because Moussa obviously is French, but he does have Senegalese roots. I'm going to put Senegal at second. I think that they're a proven team. I'm going to have Norway at third. I think Senegal can get one out of Norway, and I can see Norway draw with France or draw with Senegal, one of those two scenarios. But I think Norway is going to be a fun team to watch, especially with Erling Haaland, Martin Odegaard, and just the rest of the Norwegian players that are over there, because there's a lot of guys that are playing for big teams in Europe from Norway. In Group J, we have Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. I got Argentina. I mean, I think that they're outright the best team in the group. I'm going to take Austria because I do think that they're getting sturdier and sturdier under Ragnick. Is Ragnick still the coach? Let me see. Ralph Ragnick. Let me see. Yeah, he still coaches the Austrian national team. So, and then I'm going to take Algeria. I think Algeria is obviously one of the stronger African nations. Maybe not so much recently, but I still think that they can put up a good fight. And Jordan, well, yeah, that's where I have them. Group K, we have Portugal, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. A lot of interesting things here. Colombia, really good team. Obviously was viewed as one of the stronger teams in South America this year. Recently in the Copa America. Uzbekistan, amazing run, one of the earlier qualifiers nations for the World Cup, led by Fabio Cannavaro. Congo, I think everyone knows I have a very strong love for Congo. I think they won the hearts of many people in AFCON, so it's awesome to see them here in the World Cup. And then you have Portugal, which I think a lot of people feel that this team could do something in the World Cup. I think they have the talent all across the board. They're a very complete team, and it'd be insane if Cristiano Ronaldo wins the World Cup on his last attempt at one. I do think Portugal wins the group, followed by Colombia. And I'm going to say Congo. I think there's going to be a lot of Congolese people at these matches. So I do see that in a scenario that the Congo can use that to get the best out of Uzbekistan. In Group L, the final group, we have England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Really interesting group. Panama, unfortunately, I think with the loss of Kukarasagia because I think he's going to be out for the tournament. That's a big loss for them, but we'll see if they can kind of just ruin some of these guys' chances. England, obviously, a lot of eyes are going to be on England. Many people are probably going to feel like they should be a strong favorite for the World Cup as well. Croatia, I just don't know. Honestly, I think they're getting older, but there's probably some young Croatians on this team right now that could probably make a good push to keep Luka Modric. By the way, this is going to be Luka Modric's last ride. Like this, he's announced that he's going to retire at the end of the World Cup. So there's something to play for Croatia. Ghana, they're an interesting team. Obviously, always put up a good fight in the World Cup, so don't underestimate them. Panama, I mean, more and more have become one of the stronger Central American teams in recently. So I would love to see them, pull one out as a Central American. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm going to say England. Actually, I'm not. Okay, I'm actually going to say Croatia. I think them and England will have an interesting matchup. I will have England in second, and then I'll have Ghana finishing in third. So that's how I have Group L. So there's that. And then the third place teams. So, man, this is going to be true. So I do have Japan. I think Japan will be one of the best third place teams. I do also have Norway. I think Bosnia. I'm going to say Scotland. Czechia as well. Out of bias, I'm just going to put the Congo in there. And then I got two more. I'm going to say Paraguay and Algeria. We'll move on. All right. So, in the knockouts, oh man, this is going to be interesting. In the knockouts, so the first matchup that from what I've picked, so I'm using the FIFA World Cup thingy. So I should have shared the screen. I don't know why I didn't do that. You know what? Let me do that now. All right. So here I am. So all right. Well, the group stage is the group stage, so I'm not gonna redo all that. So all right. So from how I picked out the groups and how I picked the third place teams, the first match is gonna be Germany versus Paraguay. I'm gonna say Germany does beat Paraguay. I think Paraguay puts up a strong defensive battle, but I think Germany will just tire them out. France and Japan, that's just so unfair, but I have France beating Japan. This is interesting. In Los Angeles, we're going to have Mexico versus Canada, the way everything's going, but I'm going to have Mexico. It is in LA. Strong Mexican fan base over there, so I'm going to have them moving on. Netherlands versus Brazil, I think that this is going to be a really good one. I still have my concerns with Brazil, man. I still do, and I think that I'm going to pick the Netherlands. I know that sounds so stupid, but I'm just going to do it. We got England versus Colombia. I want to pull for Colombia so bad in this matchup. But it's in Canada, so I don't think weather would be at least too much of a factor. So I'm going to give it to England. Spain versus Austria. Give me Spain. Then we have Turkey versus Bosnia. That's interesting, but I'm going to have Turkey beating Bosnia. We got Belgium versus Czechia. Give me Belgium. Morocco and Sweden. This could be an interesting matchup right here, especially with Sweden's defense. That could be interesting. I'm going to say Sweden. I think this is where I'm going to pick Sweden over Morocco. Then we have Ecuador and Senegal. This is going to be a fun matchup, but I'm going to take Senegal to move on. We got South Korea versus Scotland. Ooh, that's also an interesting group. I'm gonna take South Korea, so I'm gonna do that. Croatia versus the Congo. Give me Croatia. Sorry, Congo. All right. In Miami, of all places, Argentina versus Uruguay. Man, this is gonna be a good one. It sucks that this is in like the first round. Because I can see a way where Uruguay beats Argentina. I really do. And I think that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Uruguay eliminates Argentina. I have my concerns with Argentina as well, but they are a good team. No, screw it. It's Argentina. USA versus Egypt. This can go either way. In Dallas, I'm gonna say US finds a way to scrap against Egypt. I think Egypt. I kind of similar to Senegal. I think US had a good showing against Senegal, so I'm gonna just leave it at there. We got Switzerland versus Algeria. Give me Switzerland. And Portugal versus Norway. Wow, potentially Erling Haaland versus Cristiano Ronaldo. But I'm gonna take Portugal. I think they have a more complete team. But we'll go back to the top, and then we have Germany versus France. That's just so not fair. Man, it's gotta be France. Germany's gonna be a good team. I mean, I would love to see Germany beat France just to like shake things up a bit. I just don't think. I think France is gonna be very strong, very complete. They're more complete than Germany, in my opinion. We got Mexico and Netherlands. That's just hilarious. That's interesting because it's in Houston, so there's going to be a strong Mexican fan base in Houston. Do I see the fifth game curse finally being lifted for Mexico? I don't think so. I think Netherlands. This is where it ends for Mexico. England versus Spain. A rematch of the Euro. Give me Spain. I think Spain's better than England right now. Turkey and Belgium. I'm going to say Belgium. I'll say Belgium moves on. Sweden versus Senegal. I'm going to go with Senegal. Senegal moves on. South Korea and Croatia. Give me Croatia. Argentina versus USA. Argentina. I think this is where it ends for the U.S. And I was hesitant about even giving them Egypt. But Switzerland versus Portugal. Switzerland versus Portugal. I'm gonna give it to Portugal. That's gonna be funny. But all right, we'll go. All right, so France versus Netherlands. France versus Netherlands. I'm gonna say France. I don't think the Dutch is as complete as France is. Spain versus Belgium. I'm gonna take Spain. And then Senegal versus Croatia. Give me Croatia. I think I'm giving Senegal way too much credit, but I do like Senegal a lot. And then we have Argentina versus Portugal. So if Cristiano Ronaldo wants a shot at the World Cup, he's got to beat Argentina. I think Portugal does it. This is me being Ronaldo fanboy. I'm not a Ronaldo fanboy, but I do like this Portuguese team. I've been very high on Portugal, since like early in the days of Insert Name FC. So I like this generation of Portuguese players. I think that they have a good shot at making something interesting happen. France and Spain. This should be a final. I'm going to take Spain. I think Spain edges out France, in my opinion. And then Croatia versus Portugal. I'm going to say Portugal. If we have a Spain-Portugal World Cup final, which I highly doubt is going to happen, that's going to be insane. If Cristiano Ronaldo has a shot at the World Cup. This is honestly, I'm not at all confident at this. I am not at all, without a doubt, have any confidence in this picking. So, but I don't think Ronaldo wins it. I think Spain wins the World Cup. I think that's my pick. So if I had to do my top 5 teams that I think might win, Spain's number 1. Second, it is not Portugal. I think second is France. France is my second team. I really don't have Portugal that high, honestly. I'm going to say Germany. So Spain, France, Germany. Argentina and Portugal. So that's going to be my top 5. So Spain, France, Germany, Argentina, and Portugal are going to be my 5 nations that maybe might win this thing. So yeah, I got it done. We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see what happens, man. But we'll go ahead and take a break and wrap this show up, I guess.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
All right, guys, that's episode 258, the last episode of the season. Like I said, we kind of knocked out a World Cup preview right then and there just to get it out of the way. But if you guys want the complete coverage of the World Cup, me probably at my best covering the World Cup, because I'm not gonna lie to you, this was I had fucking Portugal and Spain I had Portugal in the fucking final. Sorry for cussing, Kelsey. So you know that this is not my best. So I want you guys to understand that before we go into anything else. So with all that being said, man, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you guys check out Belly Up Sports, man. They're going to be really active. Obviously, NBA Finals. NBA Finals is happening right now. Stanley Cup, the World Cup. There's a lot to talk about, man. So this has been an awesome season, man. Also, shout out to Gold TV, man. I'll probably do some stuff with them as well. So be on the lookout with Gold TV. Follow them on YouTube at Gold TV. And obviously, the beats, the intros, the outros, it's all done by Roosevelt Spencer, the namesake of the Roosevelt Spencer Player of the Year Award. But yeah, man, this has been a great season, interesting season. Congratulations to PSG. Congratulations to Bayern Munich. Congratulations to Inter Milan. Congratulations to Barcelona. Congratulations to Arsenal for having amazing seasons and finishing it out strong, and are champions of their league. And right now they have the bragging rights till August, and we kick off another brand new season to see what's the new storylines to follow. It's been one hell of a ride. It's been an emotional ride this season, obviously for me, but one I'll do again and again and again. So from the bottom of my heart, from everybody from Instagram FC, thank you for being with us throughout this season. We're going to take a break for the summer. Like I said, I'm not going to be done. I'm going to still be doing stuff for Belly Up Sports. I'll be doing stuff with Goals TV. So I'll be very much busy talking footy, but the podcast will be taking a break until the season kicks off once again in August. So thank you, and I hope to see you guys. I hope you guys are listening come August, and can't wait to do more content with Edward and Spencer and all our other friends. Shout out to Jose Tellez, Musa, all those guys with all the love and appreciation, all the time that they take to be on the show. Yeah, man, it means the world to me. This podcast has done so much for me, even though I was making some jokes about how I hate this podcast, but it's all with love, man. So thank you so much for listening. Catch us next season for episode 259. Take care, guys.